Good evening, everyone.
Oh,
How are we all this evening? Welcome back, Amjad. Think we've had a good time. So there you go. It looks a bit of a mess today. Tell I sleep on this side. Sort of gone a bit awry this side. It looked lovely yesterday, and then I sleep on it. Hi, Optimus. How are you? So, yeah. Never mind, eh? Back to rain again. So yeah, we thought it was too good to be true. Here comes the rain again. Anyway, yeah, it's absolutely bouncing it down here. Hi Tim, how are you? Oh, you didn't dance, did you? So long as you had a good time, I'm glad that's the main thing. Yeah, I know. We have one nice day, and then back to weather again. Oh dear, it's just been one of them days today. Hi, Gordo. How can I put this? I've done a lot of thinking today for some reason or other, and it's just I don't know. Yeah. I can't really tell you what's going off in my head because it's Hi Joel. Oh yeah, what's it called again?
I forget now. Summer.
Yeah, they've been out to do the that what Chris said. And actually, can you remember when they sent? Well, after we'd had the new router, this little tiny Ethernet cable came. Well, that was for that. Anyway, come today and basically it says, are you wanting your router? Because router's always been on the table at the side of me. Are you wanting to keep your router in the same place? So Chris says, yeah, if possible. Well, all this sofa will want pushing out and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to have to put it like this. And then Chris says, oh, so that. So it's put it at the other side, like opposite side to where I am now. So we've got to find a little table for router and everything. And, you know, we didn't really want it over there, but it wouldn't be a pain in the arse to, you know, be starting to shift furniture about. Yeah, I know. I think it lulled us into a false sense, Gordo. You know, we had such a lovely day yesterday. Well, I can't say lovely, but you know what I mean? A better day yesterday. And then, yeah, we're back to... This is the thing as well. On the weather forecast tonight, it's the wettest July since 1970. So there you go. That's sort of just a snippet of information that I bet you didn't know. Oh, as well, Sinead O'Connor's died as well. The iconic Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, she's passed on, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she's only in her 50s, weren't she?
No, it's older than me.
I think she said 59.
No,
Oi! Don't want to get demonetised. But anyway, yeah, that was another snippet of information I came across. Sinead O'Connor. I don't know exactly details and what's and wherefores, but yeah. And that's sort of another thing that sort of got me like thinking, you know, life's too short, you know. I know. It don't make sense, does it, Joelle? I mean, there's like Greece, roads, costs, and places like that. They're having to evacuate people because of wildfires, and yeah, can't you just come and collect some at rain? And yeah, we've had, you know, oh, she was 56, was she? I thought it said she was 59, but anyway. Yeah, it sort of makes you sit and think. Hey, we've got Bill here. Hey, Bill.
Let me go kill my other. Okay, no more echoes. How you doing?
It's all right. We were just on about Sinead O'Connor. She's died. She's passed away. She's only 56.
She shaved her head too close and probably nicked her brain.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It sort of how can I put it? It makes you think of your own mortality, if that makes any sense.
I'm gonna live forever.
Hi, Bria. Yeah, I know. That mentioned as well. Optimus, she lost her son. Son passed away as well last year.
Hi, Joella and Pixie and everybody. See, I've had a couple of
says
doctors
she died something to do with related mental health issues, loosely translated. Yeah.
You know, I've had a couple of doctors give me bad news. And you know something? I told them, it's like, you know, I'm not going to die.
No.
I'm never going to. No matter what they say. I'm going to live forever.
But this is the thing, you know, it sort of, when you hear sort of news and it's somebody that's younger than you, it does make you sort of sit and think about your own mortality. I mean, I'm 61 next. I've got a lot of health issues. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're not a kid like me.
But yeah,
how old do you think I am? Give it a crazy guess. I'll bet you don't come within 5 years.
50. Older. 55. 60. 70.
61.
Oh, so you're only just a little tad older than me.
Yeah.
I'm 61 in September.
But the way I look at it, it's like if I was a teenager and they told me that I'd be in this shape and look this way when I was 61, I would have just said thank you. You know.
But yeah, it sort of makes you sit back and think, if you know what I mean. But how can I put it? It's sort of stuff's gone on recently. And I'm thinking, well, how can I put it? I give the best of myself to other people. Yeah, you know, it makes you, it makes you sort of sitting back and think now, you know, am I getting a fair deal here? Am I being, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just things that, that go around in this brain, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, is it worth it?
You can't,
worth all hassle, you know what I mean? And
she lived a different life than you did, or a different life that I did. You know, it's unfortunately she wasn't wired good, you know, but we knew that a long time ago.
But this is, I mean, you know, I mean, not sort of. I think in some respect, I mean, I openly admit, Bill, that I'm on antidepressants, and it's sort of stuff that's gone on sort of years previous, you know, and like stuff piling, Brian, piling on top, and it's, you know, But
See, they can't put me on medicine. They can barely put up with me like I am.
yeah, you know what I mean. It does. It's sort of people can't understand. People that ain't got mental health problems couldn't understand the workings of your brain, or you know what I mean. And only another person that's suffering from mental health problems would understand. And it's, I mean, this sort of brought home as well. I saw on Facebook, and it says that men suffer from mental health issues the same as women, but the man part is not very much talked about.
I'll talk about my man part all day.
Your men part, your mental health.
Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. That was too
Hi,
easy.
Richard. How are you? You know what I mean? And it is, men are abused. Men do suffer from mental conditions. I'm sorry to bring sort of.
My short-term memory's about that big. And I actually, if you ever watch the videos, you'll see my cars are bright blue with yellow flames and yellow wheels and fluorescent green. Those are the two I drive all the time.
Good.
Do you know why I drive those two all the time? Because every time I walk in a store, I can't find my car. I'm dead serious. I bought the fluorescent green one because I know I've got no short-term memory. If I go to a store and then walk inside, you might as well put my car 2 miles away. I'll never see it again. I have to walk the whole parking lot.
But yeah, it sort of just brings home to the fact that, yeah, men do get abused. Yeah, men, and it's not just, us women. We've got to think about the men that suffer, you know what I mean? And then have some sort of, understanding, and in some cases, not sympathy as per se, but, an understanding, yeah. But
well, yeah, it's like I look at homeless people, and I really think
then, Johnny,
I really think at least half the homeless people out there have like brain problems. They've got mental issues, and that's how they end up in such a terrible place.
That's it.
Because I promise nobody wants to be homeless. People that do drugs, they got problems. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yeah, we're just talking. I started off by saying, Johnny, it's passing a Sinead corner, and it's been one of them days where I've sort of been taking stock, per se. You know what I mean? So, I know.
That's true.
And I do know what Johnny's talking about, because
yeah,
me and Tracy spoke last night. So
when you sit at the end of the table, it's a different job.
But yeah, I mean, we sort of a few years ago, about 3 years ago, Callum had a really bad, how can I put it? It were from anxiety and panic attacks. And it took me and his dad to sort it out. Nobody else wanted to know, because it was just previous to lockdown. So doctors didn't want to know. Mental health charities didn't want to know. And it's like, you've got to be strong for them.
Yeah, see, Gordo makes a point. It's
yeah,
you get beat up by somebody all the time.
Partners, this is the thing. My ex abused me both mentally and physically. So it does take a long time. You never get over it, but you do. Chris has restored my faith in men, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and that's sort of what I've been thinking about today, Johnny. You know, I've got, everybody knows I'll do anything for anybody, but so often you get taken advantage of. Let's just say, and the thing that I can't cope with at the moment is, you know, I'm not talking to him, I'm not talking to her, I'm not, you know what I mean? And this is the thing that's doing me nutting. But yeah, you know, anyway, we'll lighten the mood. Have you done anything about your go-karts yet then, Bill?
Actually, I picked 2 up Saturday. I get 2 new ones. Well, 2 old ones. One of them's got a motor. The big one's got a motor, so I'm going to take the big one's motor and put it on the little one, and then put my new great big motor on the big one.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Bill.
What up, Tim?
Hi, Jay.
So this is the front page news.
What up, Bill?
Go on then, Tim. I know you were going to say something.
No, and my other parcel came today. This was my other birthday present from.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I got that one, and I got a card which says "Happy Birthday, Burt Monster." Thank you very much, Bria. Better late than never.
At least it arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's sort of, there's a lot going off, partners. I mean, I don't want to get into what's and wherefores and whatever, but it's sort of, it's playing with my mind, if you know what I mean. Ooh, going to be a granddad again. God, I was going to be a granddad. Anyway, front page news is Tim's going to be baking next week.
Thanks, everyone. Yes.
Yeah. So we've been talking about it, and it's sort of Laurie last night were on about her husband absolutely adores oatmeal chocolate chip cookies.
Well, yeah.
And I said, I've got just the recipe. I says, and Tim did say that, and the Cookie Monster cookies.
Yeah.
So it is just basically a chocolate chip cookie recipe, but it uses porridge oats, rolled oats.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pardon me.
But yeah.
Dead
easy, Tim.
Yep.
And when you've done the cookies, you like to roll them in balls, put them on your thing, and just flatten them a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
And your oven will do rest.
See, my absolute favorite cookie is oatmeal cookies, but not with chocolate chips. Oatmeal cookies with raisins.
All right.
But you see, I were explaining to Tim that in the recipe it says plain chocolate chopped.
Yeah.
So that I'm using chocolate chips.
Yeah.
You don't like plain chocolate, so I'm using milk chocolate chips.
Be easier.
Oh yeah.
Be easier.
Can you imagine Paulie chopping chocolate? Oh, I thought so. That I'm just using chocolate chip.
It'll be 10 times quicker and easier if you use
chocolate chip.
Definitely.
It cuts the preparation time down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
You know, my son used to eat the bag of chocolate chips. He'd say, well, I just grabbed a few, but he keeps grabbing a few like every hour.
Yeah, exactly, Bria. Burt Monster Baker. Ooh, got quite a ring to it, that has.
Yeah.
But yeah, all you need is your laptop, an external camera, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I've got the camera here, so.
Well, that's it. Just take your laptop in your kitchen, make sure it's sort of, you know, on you, and that's it.
Just do it on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burnt monster cookies with extra ingredients of burps. Yes.
I said tomorrow, the next day, it's time for a new phone.
White chocolate and brown chocolate
or brown
chips.
chocolate.
I suppose you could put white chocolate in it, but
Yeah.
it's all about the preference. I mean, it's like last night when we did the Galaxy. Laurie didn't want the ganache in middle. It honestly, it's they're very Moorish because everything's chocolate, including the chocolate ganache. So same as Chris says, you know, you can eat one, but you can't sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's all right. Gordo's on about his lad. It says they've already got 5 and they can barely afford the kids they have. Yeah.
Yeah, I waited really late in life to have my only kid. But, you know,
Tracy,
you always manage. That's the way I look at it. You always manage. You know, if you've got 9 kids and you're 26 years old, you're going to feed them somehow. You're not going to let them go hungry.
I mean, I've always said this about me and Chris. I says, so long as I'm with my family, I says, and we have to wear bin bags and, you know, camp out in a tent. So long as we're together, you know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that makes it tough, Gordo.
Yeah.
If they bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I put it? You don't want that when you sort of in a rocky situation, let's just say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you have to hope.
Well, this is it. I mean, you see, when I met Chris, I was 39 already.
Right.
And sort of first thing on agenda were, because Chris hadn't got any kids. And I says to him, I says, well, look, I says, I want to know your thoughts. Do you want a kid or do you not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, I'd love a kid. So I says, well, you know, I'm getting on a bit. I don't want to leave it too late. And then.
So we got our cake.
That's it, Gordo. Hi, Crypto. How are you? But yeah, you know what I mean. And relatively quickly, I got pregnant with Callum. But when he were a year old, we did try for another one, but it never happened.
So you had him when you were 30. You lost me a little bit. You had him when you were 39.
I was 40. By the time he was born, I was 40 years old. So yeah. But yeah,
I tell my wife maybe one more kid, and she laughs and she says, "You'll be 75 years old when he's learning how to drive." You know?
It's like this, you know, and Chris always says to me, you know, we've got Callum together, you know, the fact that we couldn't have any more, you know, it's just by the by, you know what I mean?
Hi, Crypto.
That, you know, we sort of said, you know, if it were meant to be, it you know, would have been blessed with another one, but it weren't meant to be. So, and he's 21 this year. But
and mine's 24.
My eldest 37. I think I was 23 when I had my first one.
I'm the kind of dad that coaches the soccer team and all that, and it's like I just don't have the energy for that anymore. I got other things to do.
But you know what I mean? I look at it this way. You know, I always say it was fate that I met Chris. It was fate that we were blessed with Callum, you know what I mean? And, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, it's not. I don't know why Tim goes on with 4 lads in house.
I've only got 3 in the house.
Yeah, 3 and 1's left home. But yeah.
Yeah. But it still comes up now and again, but yeah.
Can you imagine testosterone floating about in Tim's house?
They don't bring girlfriends back here.
Hey, Tim's older than all of us.
No, you're older than me, Bill. You're older than me.
No, I don't think so.
There's Jeanette. Yes, I do think so.
I don't think so.
It is actually younger.
Yep. I'm only 51.
And Chris is 52 this year.
I tell you, Gordo, the truth of kids is they're the most fun in between about 2 years old when you don't have to change diapers and when they're about 11 years old when they don't talk back yet.
Oh, Jay's got a new girl.
That little 9-year period makes it worth having kids.
But
and when my kid was a baby, you know, we said the biggest moment in the life of any child is when he can finally tell you what he wants and doesn't scream and you wonder why he's screaming.
I like them babies that you can give back, Bill.
Yeah, other people's babies.
Them that you can hand back.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you're getting annoying. Go home. That's what grandkids are. They're babies you can play with and then ship back.
Yeah.
And if your kids are driving you crazy, you fill their kids full of sugar and then send them back.
That's what Laurie ran about last night, about these chocolate cupcakes that we made. She says, well, I'm opting not to put the ganache in. She says, I don't want my parents ringing me up saying, well, you filled them full of, you know, and now the hyper. You know what I mean?
Well, my wife's oldest, my stepson, has kids near the age of my son, and they're all girls. And he makes them eat right and live right and do everything perfect. So when I picked them up, I'd pick up the 4 little girls, the little hooligans, and take them all to Wendy's. It's a little, I don't know if you got Wendy's, but we'd take them to Wendy's.
Yeah, we've just had, I think, one open up in Sheffield, I think.
I introduced them to French fries and milkshakes. Like putting French fries inside milkshakes and then eating them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then of course Marcus would call and he'd say, what the hell did you feed the girls? And they said, they loved it, trust me. He says, yeah, they're begging for Wendy's now.
But that's the thing, is, you know, it's a bit of rebellion, isn't it, if you know what I mean? If your parents are that strict that, you know, you can only watch so much TV, you can't eat candy or sweets or whatever, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And that's how their family is. And I say, that's okay. You got to respect the way he wants to do it. But I say, when the girls are with me, you know, the rules are off. They're my rules, and that's it. And of course, my son would look forward to the girls coming over because he'd say, roller coasters? And I said, roller coasters. We're going to Six Flags. Ride roller coasters and eat food that they're not supposed to eat, you know?
You see,
give them cotton candy and then send them home.
Say, that's the grandma's role, you know, letting them do what the parents won't let them do.
Yep. Yeah, people only have kids. I only had kids so I could have grandkids.
But I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I've got 4 boys because I'd got 3 boys with me ex. So, you know, I mean, I know how Tim feels because he's got 4 boys. So, but, you know, people will turn around to you and say, oh, well, you're lucky you've got boys. When you've got girls, all you do is worry about them, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, just because they're a boy, it don't stop you worrying about them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always told Marcus with the 4 girls, I said, you know, I've got 1 boy. I only have one private part to worry about. He's got 4 girls. He's got every private part in the world to worry
Yeah.
about. You know.
But yeah, I mean, you know, no matter what, whether they're boys or girls, you still worry. You know, the way the world is now, you know, when they're going out, if they're going to have too much to drink, you know. Gordo says he's referred to as grumpy grampy or bad grandpa. But yeah, you know what I mean? It don't stop you worrying, you know, because you hear such a lot of bad things and you know, from minute I'm going out to minute, you know, you hear the keys in the door, you do worry. You know what I mean? The same as Chris said other day to Callum. He says it only takes you to say wrong thing to wrong person and you know, you basically up shit creek without to paddle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this day and age.
Well, you know what Marcus used to say to boys that would take the girls out, and I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. Now, Marcus is, I don't know, 6'5", 6'6", big boy. And he'd always tell the boys that are taking his daughters out, he'd say, you guys have fun, do whatever you want, but keep in mind, whatever you do to her, when you get back, that's what I'm going to do to you.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Stinky moany pants and whinger. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's hi Gary, how are you? You know, it's and this is the thing as well, because see, here in, I mean, it's like everywhere else. You know, it's not just Sheffield; it's everywhere. Chris went into town the other day because Callum wanted to go into town to do some filming. Hi Terry, how are you? How's Bubba? You know, and he says, "Well, I'm not letting you go out into town on your own, Callum, because you don't know who's about."
No,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know who's knocking about.
Do it in Texas. Everybody's got a gun.
But yeah, it's even though, how can I put it? It's not a bad city to live in, but you never know. I mean, there is quite a lot of homeless people, and you know, and Chris says while they were there, some trouble come out into the street and they were arguing and they'd had a few sherbets and he says this is exactly why I not let you come into town by yourself. But that's just here, you know what I mean? I don't know whether it's same anywhere else, but yeah. Yeah, this is Bill Terry. Terry's just had a little girl.
Cool.
Are you going already, Amjad?
I spent a small fortune to make sure my only child was a boy. Because I was sure I couldn't I couldn't work.
Oh, yeah. See you later, Amjad. Thanks for popping in. He's got a Zoom with his auntie. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's
having a daughter's it's got to be hard.
But yeah. You know, it's sort of when do you cut apron ties? You've got to let them have that bit of independence, but you don't want. Yeah, how can I put it? But yeah, you know what I mean, baby. Will you put me that fan on? I'm sweating conkers. But yeah. Well, we've got a saying. When the babies, they make your arms ache, but when they're grown up, they make your heart ache.
Yeah.
In that case, it gives me an headache.
Chris says, our Callum gives us an headache. But I'll have to move that as well. But the only advice I'll give to you, Terry, is make the most of it because they grow up so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make the most of our shears now. Yeah. Before you know it, like Callum, she'll be 21. So it's a case of making the most of it. What you know? Hi, Tommy.
Tommy. Come in the tank.
Hey, Tommy.
But yeah, it's and it's another thing as well. It makes it makes you sort of sit and think about, is it worth bringing kids into the world today? You know what I mean? You know, we in turmoil with interest rates and bloody price of living and this, that, and other. We can hardly afford to feed ourselves, let alone, you know. But
Yeah.
I think that's the same worldwide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terry says, yeah, she can go out drinking so long as she takes me with.
Pardon me.
What we're going to say, I forgot now. See?
Sorry.
I get like this, Tim. Forget what I'm saying.
I always say my brain crashed when I do that.
Where you been then, Richard? Are you at Tesco's or Sainsbury's? Which one? Tesco's over there, Bill.
Pardon me.
That's got to hurt.
No, don't hurt at all.
It'd take me 6 months to save that much up.
Yeah, do you have a Tesco's over there? No, don't. No. Oh, he's been to both.
I've been to both, yeah.
We've got the big four, which is Tesco's, Asda, Morrison's. What's the other one? Oh, Sainsbury's. So they what they call the big four.
Oh, pardon me.
And then we've got Lidl, and then we've got Lidl and yeah.
Yes.
You tell me and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's this. I will say, when I was over there, all the stores are little compared to here.
Oh, Lidl and
Like physically little.
Lidl and Aldi.
Aldi, that's it. That's what
Yeah, Aldi. We do have Aldi here. We don't have any of the other ones. We've got Aldi.
All right.
Yeah,
well, Aldi and Lidl are sort of on the same. You know, they don't do the big brand names.
Yeah.
So hence they say it's cheaper, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's personal choice. I mean, like where we live, like 2-minute car ride, and we at an Asda. Yeah, granted it's a smaller Asda,
Yeah.
but if we want to go to what we call the superstore, it's like 10 minutes down Parkway, and there's a big like superstore of Asda's.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the thing is, Gary, our Asda, it's like it's sort of a bit like Tesco Express, but it's Asda. So they've not got a lot of things in that the superstore's got in.
No.
I went and looked to see where the littles are here, to see if we have any. There are some here.
See you later,
See you later,
Gordon.
Gordon.
Whoops.
Pardon me.
I put the little map up with all the littles. The problem is, see, they're all over here, way over on the East Coast in the United States.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm
Yeah.
way over here, just the other side of Dallas.
Well, they wouldn't be worthwhile going then, Bill.
That'd be a bit of a ride. That would be a good way to look at it. Is this area here is 5 times the size of England. So to get from here to here, that would be a long ride.
Ooh.
And I'm way over. Where am I at?
Partners come up with a fact. He says one of the biggest Asdas
I'm way over
is
here.
north of Birmingham near Sutton Coldfield.
Mm.
We see we've got best of both worlds if we haven't got, because see, that's what I was saying about the recipe yesterday called for Galaxy Smooth. Now, I didn't for 1 minute think that they'd have it down at our Asda, but they did.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
You know, so it got like a big 200-gram bar of this smooth, and then a smaller bar, like with caramel centre, to put on top.
Yeah.
And I didn't think they'd have either.
I'm trying to remember. I went to a store in Wales, and I walked in the front. And it was just a little small front area, and apparently there's a giant store behind it because you'd go through and tell them what you want, and then you'd go get it for you. Trying to think of what store that was.
Argos?
Sorry?
Were it Argos? Were it food, or were it?
Well, I bought a. I needed more adapters to plug stuff in.
Probably Argos then.
That could be. Yeah, it sort of surprised me. I'd never seen a store like that before. It was like a convenience store where they keep the magazines and whatnot behind the counter.
Argos, by the sounds of things.
But it was a big long counter, and you walked in, and there was like 5 people there, and you would enter in everything you want, and then
you put like a catalogue number in, you hand it over, pay for it, and then you just stand there waiting for it to come. Yeah, it sounds like Argos.
I think it does sound right. It was right next to a grocery store, but it was in a big mall. Well,
with the logo blue with red writing.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No short-term memory, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Parkness says it's definitely Argos. It does sound that like rings a bell. But the funny part was they mark your car when you pull in the parking lot and give you a ticket if you're not gone in like an hour.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Right. Well, when I was in Poland, I got a parking ticket at McDonald's.
Oh dear.
And I said, yeah, good luck collecting that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was a grocery store next to it. I can't remember the name of it, but remember I went in there and got soda and whatnot. And then next door to buy USB cables and fans and all the stuff we wanted.
But yeah, it does sound very much like Argos, Bill.
It probably was.
So I'm just finding your Argos logo. See if it rings any bells.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ring a bell?
It might. It was behind McDonald's. Does that help? Probably not. So I remember I saw the McDonald's, and the one huge difference in food between just the UK overall and the States is breakfast. The stuff they call breakfast is not what we call breakfast.
breakfast. I mean, breakfast is breakfast to me.
But yeah, but what you eat for breakfast, nobody here eats for breakfast.
Oh.
It's like having beans for
Prime
breakfast.
says it
It's
were
unimaginable.
probably a Sainsbury's because they own Argos. That makes sense because a lot of the Argos stores are inside a Sainsbury's. I think the US invented McMuffin, didn't they? Partners.
Yeah, that's an American thing.
Yeah, because Partners has sold no McMuffin in the US. I says I'm sure America invented the McMuffin.
Yeah.
But I know not all of them are Partners, but it's getting now. Like we had a big Argos store in the city centre. Now that's closed down, and the nearest one is actually in a Sainsbury's.
Oh, excuse me.
We've got to get you checked, Tim. I got to make sure you're okay.
I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You see, this is what confuses. Hi, Richard.
How are we doing?
Hi, Richard.
Maybe Bill means a fry for breakfast.
All right, Bill. All right, Tim.
You see what we call crisps? Potato chips. And what we call chips, you call fries.
Yeah.
Just Gary said muff diver.
Now, I would eat French fries for breakfast before I'd eat beans for breakfast.
Hey, oh, Richard's gone. But yeah,
and what you guys call sausage is not what we call sausage.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's. I mean, like our typical breakfast, Bill. Sausage, eggs, bacon, fried bread, black pudding, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, and a side of toast. What happened to you there, Richard?
Oh, I had loads of screens opening, and every time you spoke, I got it 10 times back.
So, in other words, you pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, I did it. I couldn't get it back, so I just bailed out and shut everything and did started it from scratch.
Started again.
I had an echo on top of an echo on top of an echo.
Oh.
10 burps, and I got 1,000 burps.
I chased down. I went and chased down where I went, what the store was, because it was bothering me. And there you go.
Yeah, with Wilco and Asda's, Argos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like a counter inside, and you have to walk in and then give them money, and you enter it on a little pad, and then they bring it to you. You know.
You should have gone in the Wilco. You should have probably got an adapter for next to notes.
Yeah, I would just about to say same thing with Wilco's being next door. You'd have probably got it cheaper, a lot cheaper in Wilco's, like Wilco's.
Yeah,
that's what you call like a hardware store.
Wilco's opened an hour later, though.
Oh, hi, Anthony.
Yeah, because I went over here to go get groceries we needed for the trip over to the Aldi.
Yeah.
And then they didn't open until like 10, and they opened at 9. So I went there first, you know?
Yeah. What Bill was talking about were Argos.
But yeah, I was looking around saying, I know it was here someplace. And see, it was behind the McDonald's. I told you, I remembered it was behind the McDonald's when I went by it the first time.
Optimus says we have cocktail sausages. America.
Hello,
has football.
Anthony, brother dear. How are you?
But yeah, it's
Yeah, when the hotels give you free breakfast and you go along and it's a purely proper British breakfast. You know, I looked at it and went, well, there's eggs. Scrambled eggs were weird. They were like too runny, and it was like, there's just nothing here I want to eat.
I hope that's no Bill. That
Pardon me.
hotel that Richard was staying in, £90 a night, and didn't include no food.
Nothing. No.
Bloody hell.
Is that a lot?
There was no food or nothing. You just got your bed and your toilet and your bathroom, and that was it. There were no food.
See, we travel a lot, but most of the time it's on the beach. And it's like when we hear 90 a night, we have to make sure that there's not like gunfire in the parking lot. Because, you know, places where we go, it'll range anywhere from, now I know you don't even want to hear this. It'll range anywhere from, let's just say, a factor of 90 more to, you know, but the cheapest ones we ever see around here are 150 a night. It's like when we stay at the beach, I think we're paying $350 a day for it.
I'd me too.
With no food, you know.
Got two on them at it now, Bill.
What's wrong with the chairs? Knackered, I keep sinking into the floor. I set off up there and I'm slowly disappearing.
Where's your pile? Where's your pile? Pillar.
I've got it on. I've got my pile. I've got my pillar on. I've got everything on. My fighting pillow.
It's the weirdest looking pillar, Bill. It's sort of a funny shape, and then it's got an hole in, like a long rectangular hole in the middle.
So you can freely fight, but it's actually for bad backs apparently. But it's not very comfy.
Well, what's all got to do with your back?
Well, no, I've no idea.
Maybe it keeps you centered.
Yeah, I've no idea.
But yeah, it's cushion, pillar, cushion, whatever you want to call it. And it's got like a vertical slot in the middle.
Huh.
So no, but piss down here all day.
It has here, Richard. I'm just saying, earlier on the weather forecast, it says it's been the wettest July since 1970.
Yeah.
I wish I could get in on that.
June, it says the temperatures were above average, and in July they were well below average.
102. Yeah, we can only dream of temperature.
Well, wait.
Excuse me.
Look at the forecast for the week.
Like that.
Gotta wait for it to settle. It's
Yeah.
all 3 digits all the way down.
Well, not much.
And you see, and the worst part is see what the weather says for rain.
None.
Nothing.
I think we've had your share as well, Bill.
I mean, I haven't seen rain in so long. I don't remember what it looks like. I think the last time I saw rain, I was in Florida.
1 minute.
It's like drops of water that come out the sky.
To get it to rain here, I have to push the button for the sprinkler system.
But yeah, we've had too much of the damn stuff.
Oh, we have today. It was bouncing an hour ago here.
But yeah, it's
It's been raining here, but it wasn't raining here earlier on.
It's like lulled us into a false sense of security because it was gorgeous yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. You got me at it now. And yeah, it come back with a vengeance today.
See, we just live for rain here. We look forward to it. Of course, when it rains, we also get hail and tornadoes and stuff. But
we'll just swap this then, Bill. You can have our rain and we'll have your sunshine.
I'll tell you, if you had 1 week of Texas summer weather in the UK, the island would be empty by Thursday. If it started on Monday, by Thursday, everybody'd leave. They'd all be in France or Holland or something.
But yeah, everybody's been having this nice. Well, when I say nice, warm temperature, I mean obviously in Greece and whatever it caused these wildfires. But everybody else seems to be getting the hot weather except us.
Oh, it's getting wet weather.
Yeah.
Good weather for ducks, but not a deal else.
It's good to be a fish.
Or a duck.
Yeah. See, yeah, we will get fronts come through where it rains for 3 straight days, but that only happens about once every 5 years.
But having said that, Bill, at least we don't have tornadoes and hurricanes and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas gets earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes.
Oh, we have
hail.
earthquakes, but we don't have the tornadoes and the hurricanes.
You haven't lived until you see a tornado up close.
Oh, I don't want to, thank you.
Imagine seeing the neighbor's house go by. You see, you say, well, no lights are on, so maybe they're not home as it flies by.
But yeah, it's in sort of the scope of things, we're really lucky that we don't have tornadoes and hurricanes, but you know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, we've had enough of this rain.
Yeah. I've got a great big tree out my back window. A tornado just clipped through the backyard, a little baby one. And it left like a pie shape like that, a perfect pie shape cut out of the tree. So it was like 3/4 of a tree.
But I mean, this is sort of over the weekend we had well, like when I say locally, it's over in Hillsborough. They had a festival called Tramlines, and it's showing you the absolute carnage. And it's supposed to be a park, and it was just one mass of mud.
Yeah.
And it's saying it'll take months and months and months for it to
settle.
Yeah, recover.
Well, imagine with a tornado, imagine an entire city being completely flat. And all it is pieces of houses everywhere. Just everywhere. See, now everybody's looking down, so I'll go. Nobody was looking.
Packing some boxes.
Nobody was looking, so it's like.
I've been out shopping today, spending money.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a picture so I can show it you, Brace. As you seen the video, it's a right mess.
Sinead O'Connor. Jeez.
That's it, look. It's just one muddy. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, she's only 56. So yeah, now it's focused. You can see it's just full of mud.
Bloody hell.
And then you've got daft swords that have got cagoules on, and yeah. I'm thinking, God, are you mad or what? I won't, if it, knowing what the weather were like over the weekend, yeah, I'd sooner sit and listen to radio than go out in a muddy field. It absolutely pouring
now
down with rain.
in Texas, if you've got even everywhere in America, if you've got a muddy field, you know what you need? A pickup truck to go blast through the mud.
But that's the thing, Bill. It was showing you pictures on News. Like there were another, I forget what other festival were going off at the same time, and they're having the tractors were having to pull the cars because basically people were they were using the fields as a car park.
Yeah.
So obviously they parked the cars on there. You know, it has never stopped raining, so they're having to call on local farmers with the tractors to come out
dig them out.
and you know, tow them out.
Pardon me. I can't stop.
But yeah, honestly, and that Hillsborough Park is like just out road from us. It honestly, and a lot of people are saying now because the rain started Friday evening and it never stopped. Well, like Monday morning, you know, why didn't they just cancel it? But no, they carried on with it, and now they've got to, you know, us as taxpayers has got to pick the bill up.
Yeah.
For clean up.
Yeah, but remember, it's a whole big production to get everything in place for a festival. You can't just cancel when it rains.
Wow, it didn't just rain, Bill. It were a deluge. You know what I mean?
You guys have got it. You've got the best weather in the world. So it's like, yeah, you talk about 3 days as a deluge. And I think a hurricane with like 14 inches of rain, I don't know what that translates to, 35 centimeters of rain in 2 hours. That's a lot of rain.
But it was saying that we'd had a month's worth of rain in 2 days. So what we normally have in a month, we've had in 2 days.
Probably did, Bria. Yeah, the farmers probably did charge.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to come out and do it for nothing, are they?
No, it costs money to run a tractor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, if they've just got one car to tow out, yeah, they probably do it as a favour. But when they having to pull tractors is having to pull, you know, one after other, yeah, they don't run on. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll be right back.
They don't run on fresh air, so yeah, I mean, in all fairness, they've got to charge, haven't they? Really. Or they either that or charge the festival promoters, sorry. You know, like I said, well, this is, you know, I work for so many hours at such and such an hour. Yeah, this is what you owe me. They tried to get lighting just right, Richard.
I know, I look like I've been tangled. I look like me flipping a bit of overexposure, to say the least.
That's it. That's it. I would imagine that they charge the promoters, because I mean, when all's said and done, it's the promoters' fault that they're in first place. Yeah, and it's like Richard, like when he went to wedding, they'd got a plan B. So yeah, I would imagine farmers pulling cars out for their plan B, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so you know what I mean. They're not going to do it at goodness to their art when they've got to put diesel or whatever in the tractors, and you know, price of fuel nowadays.
Oh well, yeah.
They've got to be, you know, savvy, if you know what I mean. I hope Tim's frozen.
Got Tim's Frozen and Top Right's Mastermind.
But
Tim's gone.
you know, it's all right for young uns. I mean, but yeah, I'd sooner stay at home and know where I'm nice and dry.
Yeah, they're not good, them festivals. I've only ever been to 2, and they're not pleasant at all. They're just mainly full of people on drugs.
But yeah, it's I think nowadays these festivals are more for younger ones than you know us old codgers, eh, Richard?
Correct. There's one up here, not far from me, and it's every year, and it's just a drug fest. That's all it is. People on drugs. You know.
I mean the one that we're in Hillsborough, it's called Tramlines, and that's hiya Andy, how are you? It's that's held every year, but it's not this great big massive festival. It's like just like a local festival, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. The one near me is called, well, it's not, it's only about 20 minutes from me. It's called Beat Herder, and it's every year, and it's quite big.
I mean, this one weren't massive. I mean, that Hillsborough Park ain't very big at all. Well, when you know, it's one of these things where
He's back.
Laptop took a dump.
I was going to say you froze, and then all of a sudden you went.
Yeah.
But Andy said good morning to you. Osbeach Andy.
Hey!
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's do you have any festivals local to you, Tim?
The only one we have is a pop festival called Transmit, but that was last month.
Yeah, the only one that we've got locally is this what they call Tramlines, and it's not on a massive scale.
They just had a big one in Manchester. I can't think what it was called because daughter went. I can't remember what it was called. About a month ago, all weekend of a job, and I just can't remember what the hell it was called. It was in Manchester.
Crypto probably no.
It was about a month ago. I just can't remember what the hell it was called. Well, it's supposed to rain tomorrow as well. That's any consolation.
Park Life. Yeah.
Is that what it's called in Manchester? Park Life.
Yeah,
That's what Briz probably.
It is Park Life.
Yeah, it was last month, I think.
Eaton Park, Saturday and Sunday.
Because they have one every year as well at Kendal. It's called Kendal Calling. And I don't know if that's been yet, but I'm sure it's been. I don't know. Like I say, it's for young folk. They don't want people in their nifty 50s there.
It's called Park Life, and it were Eaton Park in Manchester.
That's it. Crypto's just said that. Eaton Park.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Sheffield soon. There's a shop I want to go to. It's called Sheffield Rail. Don't know where it is. I haven't sussed out where it is yet. It's called Sheffield Rail.
Have a look.
It's in Sheffield, obviously. It's a model shop in Sheffield, and I was looking at the
Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. I've been past it.
Oh, pardon me.
Flipping heck, Tim, what have you been drinking tonight?
Yeah,
I got headphones on.
nothing, just ginger. Pop.
Pop.
Oh, shit.
After it, that, isn't that?
Ooh. Richard,
That's it. That's the one.
I know where it is. I gaff Mum and Monster. I think.
Sheffield Rail.
I think.
Hi, Bulldog Fat.
I think I know where it is.
Is it near Meadowhall? I know where Meadowhall is.
No,
I know where Brightside is.
it's. Oh, Chris will tell me, baby. You know when we go to we go up past Asda, and then we go as though we're heading to where that oh,
Car place.
that B&M that we go to. There's a railway shop on left hand side as you're going up. What's Ely?
Yeah.
Ely.
I thought I was
No, I was trying to think what it's. I think it's Ely Bank Road or something like that.
Right. Pardon me.
So yeah, I know what shop you're on about because it's a railway.
That's right. Somebody was telling me about it today, and they said there were an advert on.
Oh, pardon me.
Says you're a pig.
Cream egg. Who's a pig? Me? Yeah, I know.
No, your lad says you're pig.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's. I think it's called Ely Bank.
Ely Bank.
And as you go past this railway shop, if you go a bit further up, there's a big B&M, and then a bit further up from that, there's like what we call a retail park. It's not a massive retail park, but there goes a shark, Richard.
I will. I'll make sure it's a Wednesday, then you've got something cooked and baked for me.
You cheeky bugger.
I'll make sure it's a Wednesday night, then I know you've got cakes in.
Might not. I might have cookies.
I'm not fussy.
Tell you what, Richard, if you're really, really nice, I might make you a lemon drizzle to take back with you.
Oh, how you talking?
I says to Richard, you let us give us a shot. I says, and we'll go with you. And he says, I'll make sure it's a Wednesday, so it's like day after you've been.
I've had a lemon drizzle before he does. That's what it wants.
I've just said, if you're really good, I'll make you a lemon drizzle to take back with you. Yeah. So I ain't got just to make one, I've got to make two.
Oh, yeah. Good results.
But yeah. Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah, I know where it is now.
Mama Monster.
Yeah, I know where it is now. Yeah.
But God, ain't it coming to summer when, yeah. I mentioned lemon drizzle and Chris gets in on
Yeah.
only is what we call selective deafness.
Yeah.
When you mention lemon drizzle, is all ears.
I haven't had any drizzle. You know, I haven't had lemon drizzle for over a year.
But
it's over a year since I've had it.
I'm not kidding you, Richard. You've never tasted lemon drizzle like what I make. You know, this shop bought crap's all right, but till you've had homemade.
Yeah.
And one suggestion I'll make, Richard, is if I make you a lemon drizzle, cut it up and put some on it in freezer. Don't let it. Yeah. Because you know, you soaking lemon into cake, it soon goes off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You won't get a chance to go off with me.
Hey?
You won't get a chance to go off with me.
Or you could cut it up and share it out at work.
Look at that. You can have shop bought shit. I'm not clipping taking homemade cake to work. No chance. Look at that.
I say.
They can have Mr. Bloody Kipling's.
Baby, I says to Richard, I says, cut it up and take it to work. I went, bugger that. He says they can have Mr. Kipling's shop bought crap.
Yeah, correct. Okay, that. No chance. Not a chance.
I must say, Richard, I haven't made it for quite a while.
But when I come over anyway, I'll bring this bottle of Johnny Walker for Chris because it's sat outside.
Oh, bless you.
It's just.
Hey,
It's,
hang on.
I know what's coming here. It's just sat outside doing no. It's not even drink whiskey.
It's just said, when I come over, I'll bring that bottle of Johnny Walker's whiskey for Chris. And I went, hang on a minute. I'm doing baking. Yeah, I'm going naff all out on it.
Oh,
not having that.
Good man, Richard.
It's just the side that's thinking it's doing bugger all.
I'm only joking, Richard. I don't drink whiskey anyway.
I can't even remember who gave it me. That somebody gave it me, and I can't remember who it was.
Is it black label or red label?
No, it's black, I think.
Oh, Chris don't care whether it's black or red or purple and this.
Yeah, it's black with gold writing on it, I think. I remember it was. It was a Polish bloke giving me. Because a guy come and he fitted a new radio in my car, and I asked him to fit some in the works fans, and because he got quite a lot of work out of it, he come back. He got about $2.5 grand worth of work by the time he'd done a load of vans and stuff. So he'd come back with this bottle of whiskey and give it me. That's right, that was it. And I can't stand whiskey.
So you didn't actually buy it then, so you're re-gifting it.
Can't even stand the smell of whiskey, let alone drink it. Oh.
Be on that one, Richard, now.
Not for me, I'm afraid. If it had been a crater calling, it'd have been gone long time ago.
Oh, Bailey's.
Bailey's, that would have definitely been gone. But whiskey, no.
No. I must admit, Richard, I'm not a. Yeah.
I tried it once with lemonade, and I still thought it was bloody awful. Even with lemonade.
See, that's one thing, because Bailey's has actually got whiskey in it.
Oh, I love Bailey's. That's a different ballgame, is that I can.
But yeah, Bailey's is too sweet for me. That's one I think. It's too sweet.
Well, I couldn't drink Bailey's on its own, I fill a tall narrow glass up with ice, and then I drizzle the Bailey's over it, and that takes a bit of the thickness off of it.
Yeah.
But oh God, I love it. The problem is, so does my mum, and she has loads of bottles of Bailey's. And I keep trying to nick one, but she can hear me.
Fancy nicking bottles of Baileys from my poor old mother.
Well, I looked yesterday, and she's got 6 bottles in like a rack in her kitchen. And I says, bloody hell, you're overrun with Baileys. Whoa, look at that. Look at that.
Pity you can't have none.
Yeah. All I've got is a pack of Jaffa cakes.
Stop teasing, Chris.
Num, 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 num.
He says the only thing he's got in is a box of Jaffa cakes. No, we haven't had no Jaffa cakes in ages. I did actually, on one of my vlogs, make homemade Jaffa cakes.
I bought some things from Tesco yesterday. They're called...
Yeah.
I can't think what they're called. They're like a Spanish omelette. What's the posh name for them? Like a Spanish omelette, but they have a name, a common name that will probably you'd recognise. I can't remember. We have to go in and get it looking in fridge.
Like a Spanish
They're
omelette.
like egg and onion fried into an omelette shape, but they have a Spanish name, and I can't think what it's called. And I got 2 from Tesco's, and they just didn't taste the night. Well, I've still got one in fridge. And I thought,
What did you say? It were just like
eggs and onion sort of fried together in a round thing, and it's Spanish. Well, Spanish style. I'm pretty sure they're not imported, but there's a name for them, and I can't remember the damn name. I want to say something like tortilla or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Something along them lines, is it? And I thought, this is something else supposed to go on this. I had one, and it just didn't taste it now. Just didn't seem to taste of anything. And I love omelettes, but this was like no omelette I've ever had before.
Well, you come forward your tail, mister. Hey?
the only thing I'm getting is onion and egg omelette.
Yeah, onion and egg omelette, and it's Spanish, and it's like it's in Tesco. I don't know. It's not tortilla. It's called It's called
Tortilla Española.
Tortilla.
Tortilla Española.
Tortilla. Tortilla.
Tortilla Española.
That's it. And I got 2 because they're on offer, and they just taste a bugger all. I don't know what they're about. You're supposed to put some on top of it. What? You're supposed to add to it.
To be honest with you, yeah.
You know, you're supposed
Now
to.
they've got one here that you put potatoes and everything in it, Richard.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's more. You're supposed to put something else to it because it just. I put one in the oven, and I ate it this morning, and it tasted a bugger all. And I thought, I'm missing a trick here. Am I doing something? Have I done? You know, am I supposed to do something else to it? Yeah, see, Tommy says there his wife Spanish. My mate's wife.
Hi, Brad.
So I'm presuming I must have to put something on it. You know what I mean? Like add something to it because Tommy's had it. I mean, this is the one he's ever homemade, and he said it was excellent. But at this I got, I just thought, what is it? What am I doing with it? It's just egg and onion from what I can see, and potatoes. So I presume perhaps you could chuck some cheese on it and perhaps some salami or something. I don't know. You know, liven it up a bit. I've no idea because I don't even know. I've never bloody heard of it.
And it's called Tortilla de patatas.
Ah, yeah, it's like a round thing. It's round.
It says I found a recipe and it says it's a Spanish omelette which combines egg, potato, onion, olive oil, and salt in what is the best Spanish tortilla you'll try.
Yeah, it was quite tough, you know what I mean? It wasn't like an omelette. Like an omelette's quite fluffy. Well, this wasn't. It was quite thick, and I thought it just had no flavour at all. And I thought you must have to put something on top of it, like cheese perhaps, and some meat or something. I don't know.
But yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, you must have just got the onion version, but in sort of some of them recipes that I've just seen, you can like put tomatoes and potatoes and like add extras into it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's yeah. I suppose in a way, there again, it's due to it, or it's down to each individual taste.
Yeah, it's
Probably
called a Tesco Spanish style tortilla, and it just says seasoned potato, egg, and onion.
Any burp monster in the background.
but yeah. I would imagine you probably have something on side. I mean, you probably wouldn't have it by itself. I mean, I don't know.
I definitely need something weird because it just tasted.
Is it sort of like? Does it wrap up or you know?
No, it's not a wrap.
Are you right, Bill?
Sneezing very quietly.
But
when I went outside, I made the mistake of looking up at the sun.
Oh.
And it's been messing with me ever since.
Tommy says, stick some HP sauce on it and you've invented an Anglo-Spanish sensation.
Yeah, definitely needs some.
What's HP sauce?
I could imagine, though, it's not very filling either.
No, it's quite thick, but it just nothing. It just tasted of nothing. You know, we're just like eating some white sauce.
Yeah, it hadn't got any flavour. I mean, you could probably done with adding a few tomatoes or something to get you that bit of, you know.
I've got some grated cheese and I've got some like Spanish salami stuff, whatever you call it. And I thought I might just bang some of that on it and see what we get.
Yeah, that salami would probably get that kick, if you know what I mean.
I won't be buying any more, that's for sure. I want food that I can just eat, not something that I have to piss about with doing experiments.
Oh dear. It's all right, we've had to look up Bill because he says he bought something from Tesco's and it says it were an omelette, but it were like a Spanish omelette, but it went Spanish. You know what I mean? So we've sort of whittled it down. It's called a Spanish tortilla.
Tortilla, I think it is.
Yeah, you pronounce it tortilla.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Tommy's got it. Whack some HP sauce on it. That'll give it a boost. HP works on everything.
Yeah. That's the thing, Tommy, because Chris not have anything but HP. You don't have any of this daddy's crap.
Oh God, no.
It's got to be HP.
Yeah, I mean, chips have ketchup, but bacon, sausage, and all that breakfast HP. But I like mayonnaise on chips, mate.
Oh, I do. I know. Well, not on chips. I like a little blob at side so I can dip my chips in them.
I'm like Chris, so I like mint sauce as well. I can put mint sauce on out.
Yeah. But no matter what we have for a Sunday dinner, Chris always has mint sauce on, no
Oh,
matter what it is.
I love
Whether
it.
it's beef, chicken, lamb, pork, whatever.
I'd just like to confirm that cupcake was very yummy.
They originally made it for the workers for lunch. Made from potatoes, onion, and any leftovers can be eaten hot or cold next day or lunch.
What's that?
We're a poor man.
Yeah. I'm looking at the recipe for it, and it's like, well, that actually sounds pretty good.
No, he went.
Maybe put some cheese and sausage, and you're good to go.
He went.
That's what it needs, definitely.
He went to Tesco's, and he says it was like a bit like an omelette, but he says.
Well, he ran offered it. It was one of these two for one. It had like a club card offer on it. So I thought, I'll try that for £2.50, and you got two of them for £2.50.
He says it needed something.
About that big and about that thick. You know, they're a good inch thick and about somewhere around that neck of woods. You know, but I had one this morning, and I felt like I was just chewing on a fucking bottom of a slipper. Just tasted of nothing.
I could see making that in a pan.
Yeah, it says you can either microwave it, fry it in a frying pan, and stick it in the oven. I stuck it in the oven.
Yeah, I mean, in a pan in the oven. I say a pan, I mean like a bowl, a pan, like a steel pan, like a pie pan.
And it just didn't taste so now. I've got another one still in fridge yet, but I've got some cheese and I've got some of that, whatever you call it, sausage. I can't remember what they call it. Like
is it pepperoni?
No, it's like salami.
Pepperoni.
Some of them, you buy them, it's already sliced in discs, you know.
I could see sausage in that though, and lots of cheese.
Cheese, yeah, cheese is a must. You can put cheese on out.
Of course, what we call cheese and what you guys call cheese are two different things.
Are they?
Well, yeah. It's when I mentioned American cheese when I was in the UK, everybody said that's not cheese.
What's your cheese like?
Well, it's like American cheese. It's kind of sort of cheese, but everybody here loves it.
Cheese is cheese to me.
No, it's different. It's like if you make a grilled cheese sandwich, and to me, grilled cheese sandwiches are the greatest food on earth. If you make a grilled cheese sandwich, if you make one with Swiss cheese and one with American cheese, it's like the Swiss cheese it's good, but there's something missing. It doesn't get gooey enough.
Yeah, just give me cheddar or red Leicester, you know, any day of week, you know what I mean? Not into these fancy cheeses.
Try plain old American cheese slices on a Swiss, just lots of butter, a couple pieces of bread, fry the bread, flip it over, fry the bread, and you're done.
I love Lancashire cheese, but I can't be arsed with it. I love the taste, but I can't be arsed with it because it's that crumbly shit. It ends up everywhere.
Yeah, it's not very good for slicing, Richard.
Oh, you know, tastes really nice, but it's just so flipping difficult to deal with. It's like
that what Richard's talking about. It's like got that depth of flavour and creaminess to it.
it's really nice to taste, but it's just a nightmare to do it. We only need to look at it and it falls apart.
But this is the thing, Optimus. I'm not into all this process.
Tommy, 2 for £2.50. What are you expecting? Salmon, caviar, golden. I expected it to taste of something.
Yeah.
Just
it's
a
not
few gold
nice
nuggets would be nice. Maybe one diamond.
Taste.
You know. And they were 2 for £2.50, but normally you cost you £5 or so. But it just.
But yeah,
I taste or anything. But I think the idea is you to add stuff to it, which I'll let you know tomorrow because I'm going to stack the bitch.
Can you even buy American cheese there?
No,
what's it like, American cheese? What's it look like? Taste like? What?
Hang on.
Hang on, I'll go get one.
Not like Dairy Lee or something, is it? We're back on with cheese balls again. I see it, chat. Them cheesy balls. Keep
Modern
coming.
American cheese is a type of processed cheese developed in the 1910s, made from cheddar, Colby, or similar cheeses. It's just a cheese slice, basically.
Now I touched it, so I have to eat it.
Processed cheese. That's what I'm
Oh, yeah. They don't even call it cheese. They call it cheese product. That's American cheese.
And that's a cheese slice to us.
Yeah,
We have
that's
them.
what we call cheese slice.
We have them.
Processed cheese slice.
Yeah.
No, you got it wrong, Philadelphia. No, it's what we call them. You know, like when you have burgers and you
And they got a little wrapper.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have over here, but I never get them because I think they're
See, you know it's American cheese if it goes like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary says rubber cheese. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the best stuff for grilled cheese sandwiches.
That's just, to me, it's not proper cheese. That's just.
It's processed cheese. That's all it is. It's processed cheese.
We have that here because you get them in a package.
They don't call it cheese, though. They call it processed cheese food.
Yeah, craft slices.
It's
Absolutely.
51% cheese.
But I was expecting you to come back with some bloody massive blocks, staggering in with this huge block. Not some bloody crappy cheese slices. We've got them. we don't buy them. That's the only difference.
Well, some people do, but yeah, like your students, that want a burger and slap some of that on it.
It's like Philadelphia. What Partners is on about? I love Philadelphia. Oof.
But if you had a proper grilled cheese sandwich, you'd probably have to come here to get the exact right cheese. But if you had a proper grilled cheese sandwich, you'd move to America just so you could have it for every meal.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's
I love Philadelphia.
even having said that, our Asda, they do cheddar and red Leicester and whatever in slices. So if we happen to have any burgers, instead of getting that processed cheese crap, we just buy the slice. It's just basically ready sliced cheese, but not the processed cheese type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like cottage cheese. I
used to like cottage cheese.
And I'll tell you another one that you've never seen. I'm used to be able to buy it in a toothpaste tube.
I can't even eat cottage cheese. It just looks too weird.
Whatever you call it. Yeah.
And you could buy it in a tube, and that would.
I think you can still get it.
Because you could get a Ritz cracker and just go. Bam, bam, bam. No mess, no knife, no tools required.
Oh, the little tube of cheese with they just spray it on.
I used to like that cheese and chives.
Yeah.
In that.
And yeah, I've never seemed to see that Primula. It must be still available somewhere.
Yeah, I reckon it is, Richard. Iceland, Richard, if you've got an Iceland near you.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, in tube, yeah. Bloody handy, that, in tube. Right, real good invention, that.
That's Iceland.
It looks like
it's £1.85 at Iceland.
Looks like hair shampoo.
Squeezable burger cheese as well, they do.
It's just perfect. If you're just having like a Ritz cracker, you just put a blob on.
Oh, they do it at Asda as well.
Do they? Certainly don't do it at Sainsbury's. It's not a bad thing.
Cheese with jalapeno. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a kick to it, that with jalapenos.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? They do it at Sainsbury's as well, Richard.
Do they?
Yeah.
Must be at the big ones. It's certainly not at the little one near me because I go in every day and I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's Sainsbury's, look.
Right.
Tuber DP.
It must be in the big stores only.
Yeah, it
not
does.
the-
It looks like a hair product of some sort, like hair gel or something like that.
Yeah, Primula cheese and chives, £1.35 at Asda. It's cheaper than Iceland.
It's just so easy to mess with.
Oh, there's one here. It says Primula hot cheese with what is it? Sriracha or something.
Tube of deep throat.
DP. But yeah, I like the
I've got some of that.
cheese and
DP.
chives. Me
You like what? Oh, with chives, yeah.
cheese and chives. It says it was the very first spreadable cheese.
Yeah, I can remember it years ago. And I thought they'd given up, not stop making it, you know.
It says it has a long shelf life as well, Richard.
Yeah. It's just ideal for a cracker. You know, you got to pick
Yeah.
it up and
Do it at Morrison's as well, Tesco's, Asda, Iceland.
Walmart.
So you know what Richard's going on hunt for, don't you?
I'll find some.
He's going on the hunt for Primula cheese.
Oh, yes.
Next live stream it comes on, he'll let tube of Primula cheese, he'll let little Ritz crackers.
Correct. Bloody good. Double Gloucester, yeah, I like double Gloucester.
Oh,
I like old. To be fair, I like old cheese.
Miss Crackerback says going on a cheese hunt.
Even that Stilton, I like Stilton.
That blue veined one.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah.
That has got a fair out taste to it.
Got me thinking now about spread tube cheese and crackers.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. That tube, it's ideal because you just blob it on. Put it
Yeah,
on,
you just squeeze it on, swirl it round on a cracker, and yeah.
Correct. No mess, no knives, no messing. Done. Wallop.
Yeah.
Down the hatch. And then
Good
do
as
the
like
after.
snack cheese, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Ritz crackers, perfect for it.
Yeah. But yeah. So now you know you can buy it in Tesco's, well, in bigger Sainsbury's probably.
Yeah.
Iceland, Asda. Yeah.
Yeah, extra mature cheddar, I like that as well. I like it all, to be honest.
But yeah.
To be honest, I just like food full stop. The only thing I can't stand is, the only thing I don't eat is, I don't know, I can't think about it. There must be some, rocket salad. It's just like roadside weeds.
Roadside weeds.
My wife used to always get it, rocket salad. And I used to say, that looks like something you've just picked up from bloody curb outside. And broccoli tends to bore me.
No, I'm not into them kind of cheeses. Tommy says Edam or garlic on a sandwich will do.
Oh, Edam, I love Edam. God, Edam's
I'll tell you what we used to buy from Asda, and they were like it was what they called a salad box, and it got everything in it. It got boiled eggs, all sorts, and that were nice, lovely little like side salad, if you know what I mean. But so yeah, you know what I mean. might ask Chris to have a look tomorrow. See if they've got that. Say, baby, when you go down to Asda tomorrow, can you remember that squeezable, that cheese in it?
Don't forget your Ritz crackers.
Oh yeah, Ritz crackers as well, just plain Ritz crackers.
If you don't get Ritz crackers, it's like changing your undies without wiping your ass.
These prices will probably be about 25 quid each.
That's that thing, sir.
Oh my God. Spanish style tortilla.
So with that week, it's £6.50.
Oh yeah. You know when I made the cornflake tart last week, Chris had gone in our Asda, and for a box of cornflakes, they wanted £4 something for a box of cornflakes, right? So he went to Home Bargains and got a box of cornflakes for £2 something. And he says, I had to do a double take because a box of Weetabix was £6 something for a box of Weetabix.
How many are in it? 100?
God knows. I says, it's a good job I weren't making out with Weetabix then.
Freaking hell.
But yeah, the cornflakes and the proper Kellogg's cornflakes was half price of what they were at Asda.
Joelle says she makes it this thing that I just held up, whatever you call it.
Oh, the tortilla, it's like tortilla is just like a you know when you have these wraps, that's tortilla. What's
It's a hell of a weight. Tell you that much. Listen. I'm dropping it on
but what they've done is they've used the tortilla probably as the base, and then put the omelette stuff on top.
Yeah. Well, I'll liven it up tomorrow, don't you worry. I'll perform a bit of magic with it.
Gaffer says with all this cheese talk, I think Jeanette ought to make a cheesecake.
Yeah, it's a hell of it. It's quite thick as well, you know. It's a fair thickness to it. It's different on the other side, you know.
I think it is frozen part nest.
It's what?
It says, is it frozen?
No, it's ambient, as they call it.
That's what that is. You can tell him we used to be a truck driver.
Correct.
Ambient.
Ambient's chilled.
Yes. But
yeah, it's obviously I just that what I had this morning. It just needed things doing to it.
Just needed a bit of oomph.
It does. It's going to get a bit of oomph as well. I need to buy a frying pan. That's one thing I haven't got, a frying pan. Because I'd fry some tomatoes and chuck them on it and all. And really oomph it up. Big style, really. Really big bit. No, it's definitely not frozen. It's just heavy. You know what I mean? I'll do it again. It's just a heavy thing. So it's half a kilogram, 500 grams. There's a fair bit of weight to it. But I was like that eating it this morning. I'm like I was being punished.
You were waiting for something to kick in.
Yeah, I thought this is going to be good. I've never had one of these before. And 5 minutes into it, I thought, what is this? I wonder it were 2 for 1. Looks like Tim's on a ship. What rocking around he's doing?
No.
Lots of jerking about on your camera.
Yeah.
What's he up to there?
Nothing.
Camera's going up and down. I thought, hey, what's going on there?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, Richard, I don't think it'd be something that Yeah, now I like it. Don't get me wrong, I don't like a lot of spicy stuff, but if it's as bland as what it sounds, no.
Yeah. I'll see how it turns out tomorrow, and if I create something that tastes good, I'll whiz off to Tesco's and buy another 2 while they're on offer.
But it just needs a bit of, yeah.
Whip your sore ass. Which one's that?
What we call zhizhing up.
Yeah, it does. It's pimping.
Yeah. Bit of flavour adding to it.
That's my job for morning, is that?
That's it. Get your creative juices flowing.
Oh, definitely.
Joella just said she had a Spanish mother-in-law, but wasn't married.
Paella, that's fishing.
How do you get a mother-in-law
paella.
and not be married? You got the worst of everything.
Paella, is that not fish? That's fish and stuff in it.
It's that wait, shrimps and everything still got the tentacles in there.
Oh, look at that. No legs and feelers for me, thank you.
But yeah, it's like it's got shrimps and mussels and yeah, you can like talk paella, you know.
No, I don't do no SpongeBob SquarePants. What's it called? That squidgy or something? Look at that. No way. Squidworth, that's it. So that. No way.
Squidworth.
Any animals, and they've still got tentacles and legs, are not allowed on my plate. I love prawns, but they've got to be out of body prawns.
Now this is the Spanish version of paella, and I'll tell you what it's got in it. Virgin olive oil, 1 onion diced, 1 bell pepper, 4 cloves of. Hang on a minute. Four cloves of garlic, 3 Roma tomatoes, very finely diced, bay leaf, a teaspoon of paprika, sweet or smoked. What's saffron threads?
Pardon me.
No idea what a saffron thread is.
Saffron were very similar to vanilla, is it not?
It's a salt and pepper, a quarter of white wine, 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, a cup of fresh chopped parsley, 2 cups of Spanish rice, 5 cups of chicken broth, half a cup of frozen peas, jumbo shrimp or prawns.
Oh, no way. That went like
About 12, and it says peeled, tails on.
no, tails off. Look at that.
Half a pound of mussels.
No.
It says cleaned properly, beards off, whatever that means.
Beards, mussels.
8 ounces of calamari rings. Now that's squid calamari.
No way.
So there you go.
I won't be getting any of that stuff.
So yeah, if there's an offer on paella, Richard, stay clear of it.
No. I don't think that's the sort of thing they could really do in supermarkets, is it? That sort of thing.
Well, you don't know. Yeah. So Joel said yes, squid as well.
Squid my ass, no way. Oh,
Mussels. What other thing? Well, you know when it says mussels, beards off, you know what I mean? Do you have to get a good old shave with shaver?
You have to take it to Barbara's before you cook it.
I got no idea.
I would think beards off is that like red line what they've got on them. Got like a red line with black lines on, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Cut that off.
But from what I can gather, a lot of people that make that paella leaves them in shells and lot.
See, I don't mind seafood. I love seafood as long as it doesn't look like it's just been caught. It's been processed. You know what I mean? I love lobster as long as it's.
Yeah, I like seafood. Seafood and eat it.
Crab, I love crab. I love prawns. I buy prawns regular, but in a packet with no eyes and legs. You know what I mean?
No eyes and legs.
You know, lobster's ace, but it's got to have been pulled out of its body first for me.
But yeah,
when I went to that Chinese indoor and they come out with something and this huge prawn on top, and I went, whoa, get rid of that. Just get that thing off top. Staring at me, I felt
Joel said no hairy legs.
Yeah. Can't be doing with legs. No way. It's like fish. I can eat cooked fish, but I can't eat it when it comes out with still got thread on and what have you.
Yeah.
I can't be doing with that.
With still the eyes and tail attached.
Yeah. It's like it's asleep on plate. Bugger that. No way. Oh, well, I'll have a crack at that in the morning.
You can tell it's not a school night because Richard's on calling.
Correct. No work till Monday.
So he been doing out with your week off then, Richard? Anything? Nothing?
Nothing exciting. I've been out today. I went to a model shop today up near Skipton. That was about it.
Did you buy out nice?
Well, nothing that would interest anybody on here, but it's all train stuff. But I spent quite a bit of money. Bloody hell.
Cheeky whippy-doo monster. If the food is looking at me now, I must admit I'm rich on that one. If it's got eyes in it.
No. How these people do it on that I'm a celebrity eating them bugs when they're alive. Oof, no way.
It's like if they bring a fish out on a plate and it's still got tail on and it's still got eyes in it, it looks like it's just jumped out the thing onto the plate.
Yeah, bugger that. And you
What's
see
it like, Gordo?
You see them, these.
Pardon me.
In like Thailand, and they're eating bugs and stuff. Oh, no.
Tommy says he's having an exotic jammy wagon wheel in a cup of tea.
That's another thing. Wagon wheels aren't like they used to be. They're smaller. They've gone more to like a van. They should call them van wheels.
Oh dear. Whippysaurus says a lot of formed mussels do come de-bearded. It's the part on the edge of the shell.
Yes, that's true.
More bed wheels, yeah.
Okay, boss says time for me to go cook dinner.
Okie dokie then, Bill. Thanks for popping in.
And it's kind of weird to think it's like middle of the night where you are, right?
Yeah, it's nearly 11 o'clock.
See you later, Bill.
Yeah,
well,
here
it's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's 5:05 here. It's just time for food.
Okie dokie then, Bill.
And she's saying,
see you later.
Saying, what are you going to make? And I said, pizza. Because I make homemade pizza and homemade lasagna and stuff, and make all the dough and the noodles from scratch. And you're making homemade pizza and I'm not there? And it's like, well, I bought one at the store today and I'm going to throw it in the oven.
So where you are now, Bill, you're behind us, aren't you?
Yeah, 5 hours.
Behind, yeah.
6.
6 hours behind,
yeah.
6, yeah. It's 5:04 here.
Yeah.
At least that's the clock on the wall says.
And
the computer says 5 o'clock. And the phone says 5 o'clock. So it's 5 o'clock sharp.
Yeah, Brad says, haven't you noticed, though, a Toblerone, gaps has got bigger in between.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's more gaps and less chocolate.
Bye, Bill.
But yeah,
I'll see you guys
Remember-
Yeah,
later.
Bill.
see you later, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
We were only on about other night, like Mars
see you later.
bars and Snickers, and you can't get actually. Well, I suppose you can, but the full size ones, they're these little tiny things like that.
Yeah. It's like these duo bars. It's not two, it's two smaller bars.
Small ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were on about it, and can you remember when Twix, Mars bar, and Snickers bought the king size bars
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Well, they were like a king size bar of the original version.
Yeah.
But now they do what they call duo bars, but it's just two of them smaller
Correct.
ones.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It's like a Yorkie. It used to take some breaking to the Yorkie. Now you only need to look at it, falls apart.
That's it. Funny you should say that, because me and Chris had a Yorkie today, and even they smaller.
Yeah.
Even they smaller, the Yorkie bars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everything's got smaller. It's like a bag of crisps. There's no tin of now, a bag of crisps.
Well, I opened a bag. Oh, it were months and months and months ago. I opened a bag and I took a picture on it, Richard. And I says, they call this a bag of crisps. It's more like a quarter of a bag of crisps.
Yeah. They're definitely. It's unbelievable. You've just got to. You open it up and there's just a few crisps in the bottom.
They reckon there's 25 grams in them bags of crisps. I'll never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? But same as we've said, Gary, these smaller, like Snicker bars and Mars bars, 2 bites and they're gone. You know what I mean? Whereas a proper Mars bar, a full-size Mars bar, you know what I mean? Something to get your teeth into. But these smaller versions, 2 bites and boom, they've gone.
Yeah. Never buy Mars bars. I've never been a fan of Mars bars.
But
Now the Mars ice cream, that's a different ball game.
oh
They
yeah,
are.
oh
They are bloody good.
yeah. Cordo says air weighs a lot, you know. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I took a picture and I sent it to Chris and I said, this is supposed to be a bag of crisps.
Yeah.
And if there were a quarter of a bag, I'm stretching it a bit.
Tommy, shrinkflation, that's what it's called. He's right there.
Yeah.
Everything is. Mhm.
I tell you what, they've started doing now, but I've not seen any about. Yeah. Well, where's that place you went for that?
What?
Well, that does Whopper.
Oh, Burger King.
Oh
Burger
yeah,
King.
Burger King have they've come out with a Burger King style. Yeah, a bit like them Doritos. I think it's in conjunction with Doritos. The Whopper.
It's Doritos, but it's a Whopper flavour.
Well, I've just said that.
See, I don't mind Burger King. I prefer Burger King to McDonald's.
No, I don't prefer. I don't like Burger King.
They do
Sorry,
a good
Richard.
Whopper, bacon and cheese, and it's superb. Oof.
No, don't like Burger King.
But I just the Big Macs. I just think they're just a bloody rip-off. It's never there.
Yeah, these are some look flame grilled Whopper.
Right.
Yeah, Doritos.
You see, only Doritos I like them tangy cheese. On
Yeah.
the tangy cheese flavoured.
Can't beat a good Whopper.
But you see, this is the thing as well. I've never liked Burger King because everything's flame grilled, and I don't like it. I don't like that flame grilled taste.
What bugs me is with Burger King is some at shops do milk, some of them do milkshakes, and some of them don't. You know what I mean? It's hit and miss. You go to the drive-through and you say, "Can I have a strawberry milkshake?" Oh, we don't do them. Yeah, you go to services, to Burger King hot services, "Can I have a strawberry milkshake?" There you go, you've got one. I just can't work it out why some Burger Kings do milkshakes and some don't.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hi, Mark Elton.
Tommy says, but now Bill's gone. I can say since Americans bought over Cadbury's, it's all gone to shit. It's actually called Mondelez now because Chris used to work for them. But yeah, it's changed quite a few times since, like, Chris, when we first moved over here, the only shifts he could get were 2 12-hour shifts at a weekend. So we'd only work Saturday and Sunday, but there were 2 12-hour shifts. And it were Cadbury's, and then because see, the Mondelez, it incorporates Trebor Bassets and Maynard Bassets as well.
We used to have a right good one of these chicken shops, you know, where you could buy fried chicken, not like Kentucky, but it weren't called Kentucky.
Yeah.
They were really good. And now it's been took over by some of our good friends from abroad, and it's just horrendous. It's not the food, it's the way they serve you. They don't talk to you, they throw it on counter at you, and I don't go in the morning.
I tell you what we've got as well, Richard. And I forget what it's called now. And you go in and they insult you, if you know what I mean. I forgot what it's called now. Baby.
It's one of Karen's cafes or whatever.
That's it. Karen's Cafe.
Yeah, I've seen them on
basically,
YouTube.
they've done nothing but talk shit to you. You know what I mean?
I watched a video on YouTube and an old woman went in and she said to me, like, "What do you want, you old bitch?"
Richard's just said it's called Karen's Diner. That's what it's called. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine somebody going in and wanting to be insulted? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird craze.
But it gets quite big. I mean, we've been past it on occasion several times, and it's always packed out. And you know, I think it was a review on Facebook, and it says basically some days they're queuing outside.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, God, you must be crazy. You know what I mean?
There's a video on YouTube. A daughter texts her mum in, and her mum doesn't know what the place is about. Obviously, daughter does, and God, she gets ripped to shreds. She does.
Say, Mum. Say, that road.
I know there is. I'm just saying we had one opened in Sheffield. I tell you where it is.
I know.
Near that Co-op funeral, you know, as you come round corner from
Leadmill.
train station, yeah. You know where that Subway and whatever is.
I know. I've seen.
As you turn, it's on this side.
It's to the corner.
Yeah. Gordo says if you want to be insulted, you go to Mrs. G's shop. But yeah, you know what I mean. And it's not a massive shop. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I've sort of heard reviews on Facebook, and they said, you know, I had to queue for ages to get a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one here in Sheffield, partners.
That's somewhere I never go. Is that Kentucky Fried Chicken? Never ever.
We tell you down bottom here, Richard. We've got a KFC. We've got a McDonald's just out road, but that's closed for refurbishment. Basically, we've got most of things on Screwfix and B&Q on other corner, and you know.
I think we've got every single shop down in Blackburn. I think there's every single one.
See, on that retail part where our Asda is, there used to be a Netto down there as well. But when they packed up and left, that is now our own bargains. What used to be Netto.
Our Netto is now an Asda, one of these Asda locals.
Yeah, I think that's basically what on it. It's not a massive thing, and a lot of stuff that is stock at our big Asda, they don't have down at ours.
But we have a massive range called the Range, and that sells a lot of stuff. And
I'm not sure about Range. I think you have to go a bit further afield for Range. But there's a massive IKEA not far from us as well. But yeah, Scandinavian crap.
We've already got a Home Bargains, and there's a brand new one, a bigger one being built. And I'm thinking, why do you need 2 Home Bargains?
That's it. You see, within a short distance of a drive, you know that where that railway shop is. If you go a bit further up road from that railway shop, there's is it Lidl, a B&M, and then you go a bit further up, and that's like a retail park. And there's
we've 2 Lidls and 2 Aldis within 10 minutes of each other. We have.
Brad's closest supermarket takeaway to me is a 20-minute drive. But you see, we've got like sort of we've got 2 Asdas, but one's in one direction and one's in other. But the one on what we call Manor Top, is a bit bigger than the one that we've got.
Yeah.
But then, if you go about 10, 15 minutes down Parkway, there's like a Asda Superstore, and it's like 2 on 2 levels. So it is, and you know, what you can't get from there, you've got no chance of getting if they ain't got it in that big Asda.
Yeah. I never ever go in Asda, mate. Never.
But
I just can't be arsed with it. The car park's always packed, and it's always chaos.
You see what we look in that respect is we don't have to go far to a supermarket. We've got like Morrison's just was in driving distance, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Lidl, but they're a bit further afield. And for us to go to like Sainsbury's, there's a big Sainsbury's superstore, but it's Hillsborough way.
Yeah,
but that is a massive Sainsbury's.
I never go in Morrison's because it's in Blackburn Town Centre, and I don't go in Town Centre ever.
But yeah,
just bloody chaos.
Basically, we've got most of the supermarkets, but it's sort of how far do you want to travel, or you know, we find it more convenient to go to our Asda, and if they haven't got certain things in our Asda, there's what we call it on my top. But sort of below it, it's got like petrol thing.
Yeah.
But it's not a manned petrol. You've got to pay with card. So you know, before you put your petrol in, you've got to put your card in, how much you want to put in, and you know, it's not a manned petrol station, but it is a bit bigger than our Asda, but not as big as the superstore at Answorth. So we're quite lucky in that respect.
Only time I ever go in Asda is for t-shirts. The t-shirts are top quality.
Oh yeah,
Really
we've had a lot of things from Asda, haven't we? Like clothes wise.
They're miles better than anything I've got anywhere else. And I always go, if I want some new t-shirts, if I'm going on holiday or somewhere, and I go in Asda and buy a few, you know, because they're miles better quality.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
See you later, Brad.
Okie dokie then, Brad. See you later.
See you later, Brad. They are good quality, them clothes.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. It's pretty good quality in Asda.
But yeah, I mean, we haven't, got clothing for quite a while, and same as you, we only go when we need anything.
Yeah.
And Tim got a cat, Gordo.
What's it called, that clothes shop in Asda? What the hell George. That's it.
George. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they do, You see on their website, there's George Home, which is like, you know, your bedding and your towels and your
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And then there's like George
Mum,
Clothing, that's separate, and then there's like your groceries part. And Gordo says, accidentally took the cat's meds. Don't ask meow. But anyway,
Don't get up your day job, Gordo.
I know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll see you on Saturday for the next one. So yeah, everybody have a good night. Take care. And has anybody seen this George fella? So yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.
Bye.
Toodles.